Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Focus Springfield. We're here in Springfield College for the 2018 Hoophall Classic. I am Zafiga Manzi, alongside with Cyril Zanetti. Cyril, it's great to have you here.
Great to be here with you too, Zul.
So tonight's matchup will be the South Hadley Tigers played against the Holyoke Knights. And both teams have the same similar regular season record. And it shall be an interesting matchup. So Cyril, what can we expect from the South Hadley Tigers?
Well, the South Hadley Tigers this year are coached by Juan Maldonado. This is his first season as the head coach of South Hadley. Right now, the Tigers are at a 3-4 record for the season, and they're coming off a 2-game losing streak. 3 of the 4 L's that they have taken are by 8 points or less. So they're looking to redeem themselves tonight. Yeah,
for sure. And as far as the Holyoke Knights, they're coached by Bill Regali, which is his 35th season.
Jesus.
You know, and they're actually 3-2 in the season so far. The last 3 games was a loss to Chicopee, but the last previous 2 games were wins. And their biggest win was by 21 points, and their closest loss was by 5 points. So it shall be an interesting game. I'm very excited. I don't know about you guys, but this is our 3rd year covering it. So let's bring it up to the broadcast booth, and let's get this game rolling.
Let's go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the 2018 Hoophall Classic. We are at Springfield College, the birthplace of basketball. I am Cyril Zanetti with
Zul Manzi. Haha.
And we are just about getting ready to go underway into this action-packed game. Holyoke High versus South Hadley. Tip-off will be coming up right now.
So this shall be an interesting game. You know, both teams have similar records. We shall see. Oh, first jump shot's good. Oh, there's a 3 right there. Jacob Santos with the first basket.
Yeah, that was very quick to go for the Holyoke High Knights, and that's definitely what they want. For the Knights, they are 3-2, while Hadley is 3-4, so same amount of W's, so.
Yeah, so it should be a close game. Number 21 shoots it up, but it's no good.
Yeah, that was Keith Harris with the shot. That was no good. That was a rebound, and he gets fouled. So number 4, Hunter Carey, will be going to the line to shoot 2.
So this is at least my 3rd year doing the Hoophall Classic, and I'll say this. One of the main common themes that we always talk about are free throws. Now, I don't want to jinx it this year, but every single year, it seems that one team always, misses their free throws. So hopefully the players this year that we cover can actually knock them down. Oh, just jinxed it.
Well, Carey was only able to hit 1 out of the 2, and like we were talking about last year, through every game, we were talking about how each game came down to the wire with free throws. I can remember that because this is my 2nd year, but last year when it was my 1st, we just kept talking about it. There were games where there was overtime because one guy would just miss the free throws.
Yeah, exactly.
And there it is, up there, 21, Keith Harris, he gets it to go, and that's the first actual basket for Hadley, and they tie it up.
Now, it seems that South Hadley are doing another basket.
Well, that was a quick one right there. That was number 15, Eliza Vasquez.
Seems that the Tigers earlier, they're trying to play a somewhat man-to-man full-court defense so early in this game. Ooh.
Beautiful shot from number 14. Great one. That was Calvin Bridges.
Silky shot right there by Calvin Bridges. So far, it's tied up, 5 up.
Quick game already.
Ooh, almost a travel.
Yeah, he's got to watch the feet. I believe that was. They didn't call it, though. Well, good effort right there.
Right. Number 3 got knocked down.
Yeah, Santos.
So we shall see what happens. Oh, number 2 was just wide open.
Yeah, beautiful shot by Derek Berryhill. That's already, and they're back to a 3-point lead.
You know, you always got to be careful when 3-point shooters are on the court. Sometimes they just real sneaky. They just pick their spot, they get their ball, and boom, they shoot.
Well, last year I announced at the Curry-Hicks cage, and it was Holyoke High versus Central. And Derek Berryhill, that number 2 right there, great 3-point shooter. He had about a 20-point game, and all of them were pretty much threes.
Pretty much threes. And
he was a trouble for Central.
Definitely. Number 4 to the basket. Oh.
And that's Calvin Bridges with the putback. 1-point deficit right now.
Yeah, you can never give up on a play, so that was a good putback right there by Calvin.
Well, that's a save. Eliza Vasquez saved it, and now it's to Dariel.
That's a deep three right there.
Can't make it. That was Harris with the board.
So we shall see. Seems like the Holyoke Purple Knights are just playing a regular man-to-man or somewhat 2-3 defense. But
yeah, that was Harris with the no-good attempt. And now it's Purple Knights ball. Pull up Jay. No good from Darius Davis.
You know, I think both teams should drive to the basket more. You know, there's not really one player on either team that has a dominant presence in the paint. So most of these shots has been either three-point shots or mid-range jumpers, and they should definitely capitalize on driving it to the basket.
Over the years, the game has developed into a pure lights-out shooting game where you're going to see these players focus on getting the open shot over driving to the basket, which is crazy because, as most people know, for the first many years of playing basketball, there was no such thing as a three-pointer. Nobody cared about taking shots. They just wanted that ball in the basket.
Yeah, it was just a
2
two-pointer.
feet away.
Yeah, exactly, because back then, for instance, the famous footage of Jerry West sinking that half-court shot.
To tie the game.
It tied the game.
It
didn't win.
It was a two-pointer.
It's like, Jerry West read the shot. Yeah. So number 2 has
Bariel, the senior for the Knights. And he drives to the basket, not able to get the lucky bounce. And
there's a travel.
That one. Now it's a travel right there. That was.
Can't be half stepping on the court.
It's not a varsity mistake you want to make. That's for sure.
Right. I can't answer that because I got cut. I still hold grudges.
Hey, at least you made the team.
Yeah, JV, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Life still moves on.
Little pump fake from Carey. Carey dishing it to Bridges. Bridges in the corner, can't get it. That's Diaz with the rebound. He's going to bring it down. Diaz. This is in the corner to number 4. Anderson. Beautiful shot. Great form. He's got it down.
You know, there's an old saying, you live by the jump shot or die by the jump shot.
Yep.
And, you know, the jump shots are going down, but you can't fall in love with it.
No.
You know, that's why it's better, you know, to always utilize different ways to score like this.
Yeah. Can't go down, though, for him. Anderson can't get it, but the rebound is good, and Bariel's shot is still good. And there's a foul on the play. He looked to get his own putback, but.
But like you were saying, sir, you know, the game has definitely, you know, been a perimeter, you know, basketball game, you know, in recent years. And, you know, a lot of the influence has come from the European leagues and also nowadays with players such as Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
Even with Reggie Miller starting it.
Yeah.
And, you know, the funniest thing is you would expect change. 1891, basketball was made. So you would expect over the years there would be some progression in the game of basketball.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't expect it to be where you've got guys like Walt Bellamy, Dick Barnett, Wilt Chamberlain, these guys that are absolute monsters in the tank as these big men, to now guys like Anthony Davis, Boogie Cousins. You've got just all these decent shooting big men where it's like back then they didn't even know how to make anything close to a free throw range.
Yeah, it's true. Because I would not want Wilt Chamberlain shooting a 20-foot jumper.
That would be very scary. If he can score 100 points in the paint by himself.
7'1" dude playing against 5'11" centers.
Yeah.
Go to the paint.
Exactly. Deep 3 attempt by Diaz, but it's no good. It's going to go to the Kings, or the Tigers.
Yeah, the Purple Knights are definitely playing 2-3.
Bridges with a deep 3, no good. If they get their own rebound, it's Carey.
Carey
back to Bridges.
Seems that there's
and one call right there.
I was going to say, it seemed that there's a lack of energy on the Purple Knights defensive end. It seemed like the players are just kind of looking around who's going to make the next defensive play or stop. And you can't have that. You know, one of the most important things in defense is to talk. Communication is very important so that, you know, you won't let up for a player to go to the free throw line just like right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this is just like reminding me of me playing 2K. You only want to get the offense.
Exactly.
You play bad defense, but you play good offense.
Exactly.
And that's how both teams are playing.
Right.
We're we're barely into this game, and they're already almost in 30 points in total.
Right, and as for me, when I play 2K, I put the game sliders all the way up to 100.
So you get the steals and the points.
Hey, baby, you know what I'm saying? I got to make moves.
It's Bridges on the other side. A little spin around pass. And he gets that. Can't get it, though. He gets his own rebound. A little turnaround. Wow. Looked like a little Patrick Ewing play down there.
Yeah, it seemed like he has like a Patrick Ewing haircut, too.
I was saying, as soon as I said that was Keith Harris with the bucket there.
The Purple Knights have it. It
Yep.
seems like the Tigers are also doing a 2-3 zone defense as well.
Shot attempt is no good there by Martinez. But that is good in the paint. That was Lopez.
Lopez with the great, rebound, put back right there. Oh,
Carey has it, but he gives it. Well,
wow.
I mean, that was a pretty bad 3 attempt
That
right
was
there
bad
from
3.
Harris.
Yeah, well, you see, like, the Purple Knights were just confused on defense, and number 21 should have just drove through the hole or just made a better play.
Absolutely.
Oh, well. Number 1.
And, well, Barrios was able to find Martinez in the corner for 3. And now the Knights have taken a 1-point lead.
Under a minute to go left in the first quarter.
Bridges almost gets that heavily contested
Yeah.
3 there to go.
Not really a good shot.
No.
Another 3.
Barrio not able to get that one, but
I hope these players know that it's not a 3-point contest.
yes, the amount of 3-pointers that these guys in total have taken is ridiculous. They shouldn't be taking this many threes.
They shouldn't. Like I say, there's no, on either team, there's no dominant force in the block or on the paint. So they should utilize, both teams should utilize going to the hole. Even though there is a 2-3 zone, like I say, who's going to block either team's shot? Nobody.
Now, one thing, if you can shoot the 3, make the 3, it's different. But when you're shooting 2 for 6, 1 for 5,
Then
3
that should
for
be
9, that you're not shooting the 3 good.
Yeah.
Because instead of missing those 9 3-pointers, you could have had 18 points in the paint. So,
Wow, that's some good math.
yeah.
For me, I suck.
Yeah, I'm no better. It's Carey with it. Carey's able to find Brusky in the paint. And now it's back to Harris. Harris with a little jab step. I like that beautiful pass. And there's a pump fake. A little tricky ball. Back to Harris. Harris finding number 22.
Hey.
That is good. That was Liam Dawson with the little mid-range J.
Almost 10 seconds left to go in the
Less
first
than
quarter.
a shot clock. Oh, that's
That almost
that's-
made it on Shaqtin' a fool.
Yeah, this is Zool Fool. There we go.
Zool the fool.
Zool the Fool can't get the buzzer beater to go. That was Santos with the attempt. No good. End of the first quarter, 18-17. Well, this is pretty good start for both teams, but
Yeah, so far it's a 1-point game. The Purple Knights with the 1-point lead, 18-17. We are here in the 2018 Hoophall Classic here in Springfield College,
Here we
presented
go.
by Focus Springfield. You know what it is.
the best of the best, baby.
So, Cyril, I know you got some facts about basketball.
Of course.
So tell me something. Give me a random fact that you know about the sport.
All right, the first official game was played in the YMCA Gymnasium in Albany, New York, and that was on the 20th of January in 1892. There were 9 players, and the game ended 1-0.
That's right.
1-0.
That's that good defense right there,
There you go. The shot was made from 25 feet.
And
25 feet.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but the first person to ever score a basket was a man named William R. Chase.
Yep. There you go.
I did some research. Oh, man. So we shall see. It's about to be the start of the second quarter right now. It seems I'm looking at the box scores, and for the Purple Knights, I just see a bunch of 3 points. And before we get into it, we want to give a special shout out to Focus Springfield production staff. I'll give them a shout out next time.
Yeah. But as you were saying, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2. A lot of threes taken by the Purple Knights. And it's, well, that's another 3 taken by the Tigers there, but that is no good. That was attempted by Borowski, but...
Yeah, we'll see. Like, definitely right now, you can see the Tigers are doing a man-to-man defense. They realized their 2-3 wasn't that workable, and it seems that it's working right now. It seems like it's going to be a jump ball.
Well, it's a great call by them because you got to be able to rotate your defense, switch it up, and you have to know as a coach when to make the right call, what the rotation needs to be. And, of course, as you were mentioning in the beginning, Bill Regali is in his 35th season. That's incredible.
35 years in the game.
Oh, my goodness.
35. What year was it 35 years ago? 1983, right?
Yes.
Can you tell me who won the NBA championship in 1983?
No.
The Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, Moses Malone, Philadelphia 76ers with Julius Erving.
Fo.
There you go.
So we shall see. Now the ball was knocked out, and Purple Knights retained possession. Oh, that was a good play, but they couldn't connect.
Speaking of Moses Malone, the late great, he was one of basketball's best legends. A lot of people really don't pay attention to Moses Malone, but you should pay attention to him.
One of the greatest rebounders ever.
And just able to get in the paint, play good defense, and tear that rim down. And it's Carey who tries to get like a little circus layup, but no good.
No good.
Ball runs out of bounds, and that's going to be the Knights' possession.
And it seemed there was some body contact there, but, the refs didn't call the foul, which is good. Sometimes you got to let the players play. Sometimes by calling too many fouls, it just makes the game slow, and let the players determine the outcome.
Now checking in for the Knights is junior Jalen Oliveira. He'll be at the 1, and he tries to make a little kind of contested pass, but he gives that away to 15, goes in. That was Eliezer Vasquez.
That was a good mid-range jump shot right there by Vasquez, knocking it down.
Yeah.
3-point lead right now for the Purple Knights, 20-17. Let's see what the Tigers are doing. The Purple Knights are still maintaining their 2-3 zone defense. Oh, number 14 was trying to get that steal. No good. And the Knights are just going to push it.
Beautiful bounce pass in the paint, and that's drawn the foul. That's what you want to do. And let's see if what we were talking about earlier comes to play. Free throws.
Yes, 100%.
This will be Vasquez.
Be on the line for 2.
And one thing that you can notice about the NBA history is that the greatest free throw shooters of all time were also some of the best three-point shooters of all time. John Stockton, Mark Price, both two of the best three-point percentages ever.
Yes, that's right. That's why you never see people like DeAndre Jordan shooting threes and being a good free throw shooter.
Both of those guys are also in the top 5 assist and steal categories. So that just showed the contributors that they were to their team. And that was a pretty weird jump shot for Marcus Laurier. Probably should have drove because he was pretty open. Yeah,
that was a pretty bad position right there by the Tigers.
Well, that was Oliveira with the attempt. That was no good.
It seems that this game, the pace from both teams has been pretty slow. There's not really one team that has like an extra pace quicker, and it seems that, both teams are still in it. I mean, it's a 5-point game, but number 4 is going to shoot that thing again.
Well, what I would say is both of them are fast on turnovers. Like, it's slow possessions in total, but it's just a turnover game for both teams.
And South Hadley is going to take it out. 5 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the second quarter. 5-point game, the Purple Knights 22, the Tigers 17. And as we were saying, threes has been the main way to get these buckets, as you're seeing there.
Bridges is able to get it in. He's taking a couple contested shots, but he's doing what I said earlier. He's got a lot of threes going up, but not as many going down.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that should be a signal right there just to go to the hole.
Bridges has got 2 threes, I believe, but he's got a lot missing.
That's right. And, you know, that was not something that you got to understand is, if something's not flowing correctly, you got to figure out a different way. That was a pretty interesting pass.
Beautiful pass. That was Harris dishing it to Larrier.
I got to say, too, number 21 looks like my good friend Daniel Pagan. I want to give a shout-out to Danny real quick. He's not here with us right now, but I just want to say he looks like him. Oh, that was a great drive.
Great contact dive by Santos.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. See, that's all day, You can go to the hole. No one is not going to block anybody's shots. Number 4 shoots again from 3.
As I was just bashing Bridges, he's doing it right in my face, saying, I'm going to prove you wrong. And he drains a 3. And right now for Bridges, he's at 11 points, so good game for him.
Yeah, so far, good game. And the Propa Knights actually lost their lead. The score is now 24-26. The Tigers with a 2-point lead. We are live, baby, at the 2018 Hoophall Classic here in Springfield College, presented by Focus Springfield.
Well, day 1 is tonight, January 11th. We got the girls' basketball action tomorrow.
Yep, that's
then
right.
On Saturday, it was supposed to be Zion Williamson versus Chino Hills, but you heard what happened, right? Zion Williamson's foot is broken.
Oh, man.
He will not be playing, and
I was looking forward.
That's what I've been hearing, so that's not good. But I will say that a really great matchup we're going to have Sunday. You're going to see Bol Bol. You know Bol Bol, Manute Bol's son.
Manute Bol's son, yes.
7'2". He's a great shooter, too, for his size. Taking on R.J. Barrett, the #1 player in the country.
Yeah, that should be interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting matchup. Bol Bol definitely has the right, size. Obviously, his father played in NBA, passed away, recent years. And,
yes.
Great defender. He was I believe Manute Bol was the tallest NBA player history. I think he was like 7'8".
It was weird. I have a couple of his cards.
Yeah.
And
was it like shaped like a book?
7'6", 7'7". A lot of that, because I don't know. It was just like ranked schedule. It was scheduled like a different height for a couple of different cards, but he's listed as 7'6". And he is the tallest player in NBA history.
Yeah.
Also, George Merson, you know him. He
Yes.
played for the Baltimore Wizards.
Yes. Yeah,
Right
another
after
tall
the
guy.
Bullets,
Yep.
they went for Baltimore Bullets, the Baltimore Wizards, then Washington.
You know your stuff, Ciro.
Just a little. And it's Carey with it, dishes it to Harris. Harris with a little mid-range, and that's good.
So really, Harris and Bridges have been the main offensive load for the South Hadley Tigers, and they still have a 2-point game lead. Oh, the Propa Knights with the 3 didn't go.
Yes.
Number 15 has it.
They dish it to Barriel. Barriel with a little, pump fake, and he's trying to get it in, but that's another missed try by the Knights. I mean, of course it is a foul, but it helps to be an and one. And if you can convert that and one, it's plus 1 point. So
yeah, exactly.
You never want to miss out on that.
You never do. But one of the things that annoy me is when players go to the hole, they get fouled, they scream and one, but they miss the shot.
Yeah, it's funny. I'll say and one. Yeah.
And one. What's and one? You didn't make the shot, bro.
Yeah. Well, when I was younger, I used to play with the kids down at the CYO ball place, and they would scream and one. I'd go, why are you screaming shoe company?
Yeah, exactly. You're trying to get sponsorships?
And one. They're not here.
Nope.
But that's when I embarrassed myself and realized that that's what they call it when you make a foul shot.
Definitely. And timeout.
Tie game here. Second quarter. 3:47 to go in the first half.
So it seems that, both teams have, like I said before, similar pace. What we have already discussed, earlier, since both teams have similar records, that the game is going to be close. And, both teams, not one player, I would say not one team has like a certain edge. They're kind of going in the same pace. Both teams are shooting a lot of threes. Even the same defensive strategy, going 2-3 zone. So, whoever wins this game, it has to come down to which team has the bigger edge in terms of their finesse.
So, one thing with the Holyoke Knights that's looking pretty darn good for them is that all 3 of their wins are by 15 points or higher. 15, 17, and 21. And all 2 of their losses are by 6 points or less.
Pretty solid.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. However, though, since I'm a competitor, I still look at how much we lost by. A loss is a loss.
Exactly.
Oh, number 31 is wide open.
Yeah, they're not paying attention. Harris looks to draw a foul, but definitely seems like there's a little disagreement by Lopez. He does not feel like that was a foul.
Yeah. And Harris definitely uses his body to, post up and to get some good open space. Yeah.
A couple times. You can make a 3, but not the free throw. That's the wrong mindset. You don't want to know how to shoot the 3.
Yeah.
And that's the simplest shot in the game.
Yeah, but I will say this though. I mean, I can't criticize too much with the free throws.
Yeah.
When I played some travel basketball in middle school, I actually airballed a couple of free throws in my day, and it's embarrassing.
Yeah, of course it is. You gotta.
Especially when it's quiet.
It's not fun. I've gone through a couple air balls.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
And the Pro Knights have it, and the Tigers are doing their man-to-man defense. Now, you see, the Knights, they're taking way too long to make something happen. Just always go to the hole, but they didn't convert right there.
And it's Bridges with it. Bridges with a explosive drive, looking for the foul, but no foul call.
Or maybe both teams are trying to go to the hole. That looked like a travel.
That was a beautiful little toss by Barriel, and he finds Diaz, and Diaz drives. Puts it off the glass, and he kisses it. Boom, in.
And the Purple Knights now regain their lead. The score is now 30-29. And in the second quarter, number 4 is just dancing on the floor like he's James Brown, and there's a travel.
They call the foul on Carey.
No, you can't dribble for too long, So you always got to make, always finesse with another good pass or something like that. But dribbling too long, you're just wasting too much time on the shot clock. Number 15 with the pump fake to the basket.
Draws the foul, but it is no good for that. On 1. No good. But he's going to the line for 2. As we're on the topic of basketball, let's talk about the NBA a little. Seeing how this is a platform that produces some talent that land in the NBA. Lonzo Ball, when he was at Chino Hills as a Husky, he played here. Jabari Parker, Andrew Wiggins, Karl Anthony Towns. You got Brandon Ingram, Carter Williams. All these guys, they go to the NBA, and it's
yes.
cool.
I just got to say this. I know that you said Alonzo's name first, and I just got to make this PSA. Lonzo Ball, it's not bad, but he's not a superstar, and people got to stop treating this man like a superstar. I'm not hating, but I want the Balls to succeed. Now, that kind of came out wrong, but I'm talking about the family.
Yeah.
I want them to succeed, and, hey, man, look, we can just start a podcast, talk about the Ball family. I'm not even going to get into it.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Ball family. I love what they do, and I think that it's impressive. And there's Barriel.
See, that's an N1.
Say it. What is it?
Now you can say N1.
Yell it. Yell N1.
I don't want to, I just had a sore throat. I don't want to scream.
Yeah. I got a little cough, too, so
Yeah,
I don't want to strain my throat.
I don't want to do that to the viewers.
But
Less than 2 minutes left to go in the first half.
Well, speaking of Lonzo Ball, he got number 2 at the line. And
I got it. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. And he's able to convert it. That's 3 more points for Barriel. Barriel tonight, he's got 6 points tonight.
So yeah, it's a 5-point game right now. So the Knights have their lead again, 34-29. So yeah, it seems like each time out, either the Purple Knights or the Tigers have a lead in the game. So really, it's kind of been like a back and forth type matchup, and it shall be interesting on how it will be in the second half. But can't get too ahead of ourselves. It's still the first half.
Yeah.
Because if the Purple Knights, if they just shoot another couple threes here and there, then they could walk out of this half with a double-digit lead.
So have you been paying attention to any of the college basketball lately?
You know what? I have not.
I can't say myself either, but Trae Young, do you know him? He's at Oklahoma.
What's his name?
Trae Young.
Nah, I don't know.
He's very great. One of his best performances was a 39-point game with 15 assists.
Oh.
It was against I think his name is Jalen Fisher. They call him like the albino Mamba because he's albino. But he's great, and he goes to TSU.
Okay.
It was a great matchup. But
How about they should just call him the Yellow Mamba then?
Yeah, I think that's what they call him. He's one of the best.
Oh no, I think
players.
they call Yellow Mamba Jeremy Ling like two years ago.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And there's a putback right there. You can count it. That was Borowski.
Yeah, and Harris almost got lucky with that. He missed that layup, but luckily they got a putback. 3-point game. And it's a 3-point game right now. The Purple Knights 34, Tigers 31. Wild shot.
Diaz with a horrible shot. I mean, it wasn't that it was a horrible take. It was just
follow through. That
was a travel.
Yeah, that looked like, hey, he looked like he was walking over there, but it was a foul on the floor.
Carey's able to draw the foul, and he'll go to the line.
Buck 16 left to go in the second quarter. It'll be Hunter Carey.
Have you seen the LeBron Soldier 11s?
Now I'm looking at them, and it's all right.
So one thing about them is they have no laces.
Oh,
laces.
wow, yeah.
That doesn't really shout basketball like.
Nah, it sounds like nursing home.
It sounds like I was just gonna say Skechers.
Velcro.
Yeah.
Not as bad as Steph Curry shoes before.
I'm not a huge fan of those either.
I think I saw those at Bob's Furniture or somewhere.
Yeah, they're not too hot.
Nah. They should. Well, they're hot, but it's because they're in the fire.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That was a bad take, but great follow through there to get that foul. And that'll be Lopez going to the line.
I think number 2 was trying to bank it, but he definitely hit the glass, but it didn't.
He banked the bottom of the backboard. That's what you want, right? No, you're right. It's not what you want. Whoops.
Less than a minute left to go in the second quarter. The Purple Knights now just have a 1-point lead, 34-33. Number 14 is on the line. That is Isaiah Lopez.
I mean, as I was talking about earlier, it's great being here at the Hoophall. Last year was my first year, and on the Saturday, Saturday is normally their competition day. They had DeAndre Ayton. You know who that is?
You know what? I'm doing really bad. I don't know any of these players.
So DeAndre Ayton, he's at Arizona right now.
Okay.
Last year him and Mohamed Bamba were the number 1 and 2 center.
I know
prospects.
Mohamed, but I don't know him though.
Yeah, well, they went against each other.
Okay.
And DeAndre Ayton, he was the player I came for because he's the number 1 player in the country. He was 7 foot, and he had a Zach LaVine dunk package, and he had a Jimmer Fredette shot. He could train that 3. Him and Mohamed Bamba were going at it. But the funniest thing about it is I sat next to DeAndre Ayton's family, and I talked with them, and it was cool. It was like, what the heck? What am I doing? But back to the court.
So, Knights, 30 seconds left to go.
Knights got the lead back. And
pretty good block right there by number 34.
Yeah, that was Larry with the block, and that's Carey with the shot.
Ooh.
And with a wide open shot like that, you can hear the crickets.
Yeah.
And can't make it.
If he would have connected, the Tigers would have had a 1-point lead. But number 2 for the Knights is going to hold the ball. Almost 5 seconds left.
It's Oliveira.
Someone got to shoot it.
And
it goes in.
It goes in. He's able to throw it up high off the top of the glass and goes in.
That was Vasquez with the shot, and the score is 37-33. The Purple Knights with a 4-point lead here in the 2018 Hoophall Classic here in Springfield College, presented by Focus Springfield. So stay tuned for the second half.
Well, folks, we are back, and this is our second half action. We're underway, and the Knights have a 4-point lead.
Yes, that is right. And, the first half was pretty interesting. Both teams, one of their main offensive tools was definitely shooting the three.
Absolutely.
For example, the leading scorer for South Hadley is number 14, which is Calvin Bridges. And, he's been knocking down the 3 ball, but not so consistent, though.
No. You're 100% right. He's taken pretty bad threes. He's taken a lot.
Yeah.
But he's got a couple to go down, which can help the scoreboard.
Exactly.
But not in this case, as they're down 4 points. And if you're going to just drive or find a man open, same with anybody. Same with Carey. Same with Harris. These guys, they can find open men, and they can take better shots.
Yes.
You got to be smart.
Got to be smart.
Especially here at
Especially
the Hoophall
and
Classic,
the Hoophall Classic.
This is a big thing.
And the third quarter just began right now, and number 21, Harris, is going to be bringing it up. And Harris had a pretty good first half as well, 7 points.
Yeah, especially how he's got a 3.
That's a good pass, too.
Yeah, good read, and that's a Dabrowski.
35-37. Oh, the Purple Knights with another 3.
That one was no good. That looked like he had stepped out of bounds. That would have been that'd be the third time that the Knights went out of bounds. And good catch by Carey. Maybe Odell? No?
Maybe.
Maybe?
He just got to dye his hair purple, make it look like macaronis.
Yeah, there you go.
Number 2 has it. And the leading scorer for the Purple Knights is number 15, which is Vasquez. He had 11 points. So
yeah, he's gone to the line a couple times too, so that can always help.
Yeah, so maybe, try to see what else he can utilize. I mean, there he is right there again, the offensive board, picking it back up strong.
Vasquez can't
no
finish.
Good. Got the rebound again. Oh, and they shot it again. Oh, man, see, my mouth was just going crazy that time, ladies and gentlemen.
That's Edward Anderson. It's going good.
And the Purple Knights with a 5-point lead, 40-35. And the Purple Knights going back to their 2-3 zone defense. And the Tigers are going to try and make something happen.
He gets him with the pump fake. Carey's shot is nice. A little silky shot from mid-range from
Good silky shot.
Carey.
Yep, that's right. Both teams have
Hunter
been
Carey.
Utilizing the mid-range game. And, from what I remember from my 2K days, they always say the 2K, the mid-range game is dead, but seems pretty strong tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a weird post move shot right there by Vasquez.
A lot of fun, but Butterfinger City, there was 3 bobbles in 5 seconds.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. Now, I got a little question for you.
Sure.
Do you like the feel of the basketball nowadays? Do you like the grip on it? Do you like how it feels?
What was that again?
Do you like the grip on a basketball? Do you like the way it feels?
It depends. I mean, obviously, you never want to play with a slippery basketball. I like basketballs that have nice grip.
Yeah, well,
that I can palm and has a firm, hold.
For many years, basketball was played with a soccer ball. So I don't think that I would like to be playing with a soccer ball.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got no grip. There's no seams or anything to...
Well, actually, what I used to do, though, like, if we didn't have a basketball, if I couldn't find basketball in the house, I would play basketball with a soccer ball or with a volleyball.
Yeah, I'd play with a volleyball.
And speaking of that...
Some volleyballs, well, the foam ones at least, not the plastic ones. I don't...
Yes. I actually started practicing my dunks with a volleyball, and then there's an air ball right there.
Yeah.
But
no bueno. No bueno.
But yeah, you know, so when I started to try to dunk, I actually used the volleyball and then tried to progress to a basketball. But timeout on the floor is under 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. The score is 40-39. The Purple Knights with a 1-point lead. We are here in the 2018 Hoophall Classic. I am Zul Manzi alongside with
Ciro Zanetti.
And we are presented by Focus Springfield here in Springfield College. So, I'm a man that makes some predictions, not all the time. I'm not Nostradamus, but my prediction is probably that, in the fourth quarter, this game is going to definitely go under the wire because I believe like the largest lead has been probably 5 points, which was by the Purple Knights, and they've had a 5-point lead at least twice.
Yeah. I think that they can hold on to that. If they can get their three-point shots to go down a little better, if they can transition a little better, and their defense needs to go up, the Knights can have this game in the bag. But of course, as a lot of us will say, at least I say, it's not over till it's over.
Until it's over. And, the interesting thing is that even when the Purple Knights do get a 5-point lead, the Tigers still come back and, shoot another 3 or whatever, and then it's like, okay, now they have a 1-point lead. And then the Purple Knights say, all right, yeah.
There's been some heroic examples
yes.
in big-time basketball history where you've got a lot of crazy comebacks. And when I say it's not over till it's over, I don't mean the fourth quarter and 2 minutes left, the fourth quarter and 30 seconds left. I mean the fourth quarter and no seconds left, end of regulation style, because Tracy McGrady's proved to us that a 13-point deficit isn't good enough.
Yes.
There's been so many players. Kobe Bryant's done it. He's got that clutch factor that just players die for. And these players, they're able to know that they're not truly out. They never count themselves out. And that's what you need in that basketball mentality. And that's Carey. Put that one up. As look who's got the lead now.
Yep. The Tigers with a 1-point lead.
Tigers got that lead.
41-40 right now. And 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. And the Tigers, Vasquez with the basket. Now it's back to a 1-point lead in favor of the Purple Knights. Harris got it in the post. It's a nice spin move. I'm telling you, man.
Off the glass.
Yo, my man Harris got these nice spin move, post moves, man. Like, see Patrick Ewing, or I'm not gonna go as far as Hakeem Olajuwon because that's blasphemous. But I will say this though. Oh.
You can call it the nightmare shake.
The nightmare shake.
Not the dream shake. None of that. No.
Or the actually I can't say. Never mind. I can't say student program.
Jesus.
So that was an and one right there by number 2.
That was Derek Barriot.
And the Purple Knights got another have a lead again, 44-43. Let's see if he can make it into a 3-point and one, which he did.
That's his second conversion for a 3-point and one.
So let's see what the Tigers are going to do right here. It's like I say, it's going back and forth. They're starting to drive to the basket a lot more, like that move, but a little wild.
Well, I was going to say, 2-point ties, 3-point leads, but now they need a 3-point and one.
And
it's a 2-possession game right now.
Yes, and there's a timeout on the floor. The South Hadley Tigers, they got to re-strategize, talk about some things. Head coach Juan Maldonado is going to be talking to his players of what they can do next. But, so far it's been a close game, and we want to give a special shout out to Focus Springfield production staff, Brendan Holland, Stephen Carey, Chris Polenko, myself, Nate Patterson, Daniel Pagan, Nathaniel Almonte, Alejandro Cameron, Bobby Markham, Ciro Zanetti, Mimi Mgawe, and Jason Cope. Am I forgetting anybody else? Let me name the Jacksons. Jermaine Jackson, Reeby Jackson, Marlon oh, yeah, they're not doing the game. Never mind. So many names. I got to drink some water.
Well, one thing about basketball that I love, not even just basketball, every sport, is coaching is a huge key. If you got a coach back there like Bill Belichick, Greg Popovich, you got those coaches who can give those halftime speeches that wake them guys up. They realize we need to start playing better basketball.
Or
That could be enough to get a lead back.
that, or they could just give them that special drink they had in Space Jam.
Yeah. Let's hope it's legal though.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want the coach just giving his players, never mind. So,
And
almost a
it's
steal.
Bridges who gets the ball back and he bounces that to Carey. Carey has it and he kind of aggressives his way to the basket, and Harris with a pointless kind of putback.
Yeah, that was kind of like a weird possession right there. A lot of stumbles and falls, but number 4 is going to go to the line.
Yeah.
Hunter Carey. No relation to Steve Carey. I don't think. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
Knocks down the free throw. Man, isn't it great for a high school athlete to be playing in the, Springfield College in the prestigious Hoophall Classic? Should be, such a fun and a high adrenaline feeling to be a high school player to play, in this prestigious tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, you've got this games where you got scouts from college here.
Yeah.
That's the next step. So that's a huge shot, and that's a huge opportunity.
That is a huge opportunity. But the truth is, they're trying to put it back up. The Purple Knights still got possession.
Mariello has it now.
To see what happens. And number 2, Derek, trying to slow the game down, gives it to Vasquez. Oh, nice cut. Down the middle.
Unable to fully have it. Oh! It honestly looked like the Tigers last minute touched it at the last second.
Yeah.
I think they touched it, but I guess they didn't.
And it will be the Tigers' possession right now. Some substitution on the floor from both teams. 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the third quarter. The Purple Knights 47, Tigers 44. 3-point game. Calvin
It's
has
to
it.
Bridges. Back to Carey. Carey way past the top of the key. And that was
it was the right idea, but
uncommunicational
yeah,
pass.
it was the right idea, but it didn't, the pass just didn't connect right there, and therefore that will be a turnover.
Little sling from Barriel. That was a big dish to Santos. Now it's Vasquez back to Santos. Santos with a little jab step to the left, and that was really a big example of Harris using his body, but nowadays you could call that a foul because he pushed into it. You can't push in, you have to stay.
Yeah.
You have to stay put. You can't move.
Add a little body to it, yeah, but he used 2 hands and make sure there wasn't not too much contact, but the ball goes out of bounds and it will be the Purple Knights possession, and Burrell's going to bring it up. As the point guard, obviously, is in charge of calling out the plays, and Burrell's using his quickness to the basket. And
that was a ferocious foul, you could say, by Laurier.
Yeah. But that was a good foul, though. Sometimes you got to let some small guards say, hey, look, you're not just going to come in here and think that it's just some kind of free party.
Yeah, it wasn't really intentional. It just, if he made that block, that would have been a great play.
Yeah. And less than 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, and Derek Burrell's on the line shooting.
Now, who is your favorite player to come here at the Hoophall Classic to make it to the NBA that maybe you've seen, or just your favorite player from high school ball that's very well known in the NBA?
I don't know. I don't really have a particular favorite, but at least the ones that I like, I like Andrew Wiggins. I like what he can do. I think, he still has a lot to develop. I mean, he still, uses his athleticism to create plays. And I feel like, if he just creates a much more consistent jump shot and, and things like that, I feel like he'll be, a great elite guard in the league. But, I was going to say Jabari Parker, and there's a travel right there. Jabari Parker is another player too, but obviously, Jabari, is out with an ACL injury. But that young Bucks team, is looking pretty good with
Even
Giannis.
With Bledsoe, too.
Yes.
Well, what I love about Andrew Wiggins is the third option for his team, and he's averaging well over 15 points a game this year.
Yeah.
With Jimmy Butler and Cat on the team, and Andrew Wiggins' ability to be as superior as it is, I think that kid's got a bright future, seeing how young he is. He's got a lot to come to him.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
my favorite player to come out of the Hoophall Classic goes down to a couple players. I would go with D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell when he came, and
Oh, is that the dude that put his teammate on blast?
yeah,
I lost respect for him.
no, he might not be the best off-court persona, but
He doesn't know how to use Snapchat correctly.
yeah,
But he definitely knows how
that
to
was
play
Nick
the court.
Young that he exposed. But
Shout out to
he's
Iggy
a-
Azalea.
He's a very great basketball player,
Yeah.
young talent, and I think that he's got a great future. And that was Harris with the shot, but that was no good. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is probably my favorite player to play here.
A lot of upside and a wide open lane for Burrell.
That
Just
was
went to the basket.
Good drive.
And
Who
it's a
do you believe is going to win the Rookie of the Year this year?
for the NBA, I believe it could be Ben Simmons, but I will say that I'm a Celtics fan, and Jason Tatum has been playing very, very well. If it's not Ben Simmons, I personally think it should go to Jason Tatum, just because, as a pure rookie, because a lot of the argument is that Ben Simmons is a redshirt rookie. So as far as like a pure rookie, obviously there's I believe De'Aaron Fox
Yes.
is one.
There's
but
De'Aaron Fox, there's Josh Jackson, there's Lauri Markkanen, you got Lonzo Ball, you got Markelle Fultz.
Yeah, he ain't gonna be Rookie of the Year though.
Yeah, absolutely not. I really like Lauri Markkanen right now.
Yeah.
He's doing good for the Bulls.
Yeah.
Bulls are on a tear the last 20 games. They've been playing good even though they're not even close to playoffs. But
No, not at all.
they've been playing amazing in the past 20 games. Their record's great, and
Definitely. And
the rookies are a pure help. Now, I'm a Hawks fan, sadly.
oh yeah, I remember you kept telling me that, and I was trying to
But,
explain to you that the Hawks are trash.
Hey, last year they were good. They were the fourth seed, I believe, or the fifth. No, they were the fifth seed. The Celtics were
Oh.
the fourth.
Oh,
Celtics
Almost
were
a
the
steal.
first. But
wait a minute. So less than almost 30 seconds left to go in the third quarter. 8-point game. The Purple Knights 52, the Tigers 44. Seems like what are
Carey
you
with
gonna
the
do?
pump fake.
It seems it's just a slow pace. Jump shot, no good.
Larry Harris' jump
Harris,
shot no good, and it's Harris.
and it'd be I believe a foul on the floor, and
Yes.
that since they're now over the team penalty, the Tigers will be going out. 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
And Carey with an open. Well, at first he had like an open shot, but
Oh.
he didn't take it, but he drives it, and that goes in.
That's a nice up fake, put it back up. Less than 10 seconds left to go. The Purple Knights has it. Let's see what they're going to do. That's a nice runner. Goes
Yeah, that goes out of bounds.
1.4 seconds left to go in the third quarter. It's a 6-point game. Now, either this is going to happen. It's either there's some confusion on the floor. They're trying to
Jump ball, maybe.
jump ball, or it seemed like there was a block, but it's what the
Oh, it's gonna be a
Purple Knights
nice
possession.
ball.
So what's going to happen is either going to be someone's going to try to go to the basket as like an alley-oop play.
Or they're gonna throw it to the three, I think. Oh, 0.2 seconds, and it takes 0.5 seconds to get that shot up. So unless they lob it in like the whole Chris Bosh 2013 finals, I remember that. Then nothing happens there.
Nothing happened.
What I was gonna say was the Chris Bosh alley-oop in the finals against the Spurs, but
Yeah. But that was the end of the third quarter. The score is Purple Knights 52, Tigers 46. So, Sierra, what do you expect to happen in the fourth quarter? What do you think the team is going to come out strong and take this victory?
well, after a little letdown for Maldonado's Tigers here in the third quarter, he's got to give them a little talk to let them know that there's a lot to improve on. There's a lot. So I think that if they can do that, of course, it's easy to say that. It's easy to say if they can do it, then they can do it. But what I'm saying is they got to hope that their best is good enough for the Knights to not play good.
Definitely.
Because the Knights are doing good as they've got 4 players on that board right now with over 10 points.
Yeah. That's always, very important, to have, multiple players to be, playing well on offense, because you never know, one player might become cold, and you need someone else, to kind of like help out and chip in. But, it seems that it's going pretty strong. What the Purple Knights, what they just have to do in order to keep their lead is just to play smart defense, always get good stops, and not rushing so much on offense, but also not going too slow on offense, and not relying so much on the threes. I think by just playing at a good pace, going to the hole a few times here and there, shoot a three, a few times, once or twice in good possessions, but definitely, no need to force things. But however, they should not get too comfortable with this lead, because as we know, the Tigers, they come back strong with some threes of their own. So
absolutely.
So it's the start of the fourth quarter now, and let's see what happens. Oh.
Well, that doesn't start off good as Diaz gets more than an air ball, as that goes past to the right of the hoop, and it's Carey with it. Carey's been in he's been in the whole game.
Yeah, he's been playing the whole game, yeah.
That shows that to Maldonado, his existence is key.
And
there's going to be a travel there on Carey.
Yeah,
and you gotta learn how to pass the ball without moving
your feet. Yeah. But that was a poor possession though, because you can't, as a point guard, you can't be dribbling out the clock when the quarter is still early. And you always got to if you're not making something happen in at least 5 seconds, then it's gonna result in probably in a bad possession and a travel. And for the Purple Knights, so it seems that both teams are forgetting to use their pivot foots and just kind of walking around with the ball.
Now, another thing that's been a huge focus in today's basketball society, as we can call it, is that not only is the three-point game a huge, thing to the younger players' resume, you could say, or as their what they like to use, but also the dribble moves. They gotta break the ankles.
Yeah,
they don't wanna try.
Hoop mixtape isn't everywhere. Baller's life is not everywhere.
Exactly.
You need to get the job done and stop trying to be cool on social media. That's my PSA.
There's a lot of people out there that are just gonna be breaking ankles but not finish. You gotta finish.
Yeah, you gotta finish your basket. Like how we talked about, and there's a basket right there.
That was Vasquez.
By Vasquez.
Playing good for them.
But like we talked about when we were on break, certain players, they would rather, come to the court, looking cool. I got the new pair of Jordans or new pair of LeBrons. I got the nice wristbands, whatever.
Got the compression pants, got the headband.
Pants, all these different things. But then when it's time to step into the court, it's like they got nothing to provide. And that's it could be very annoying. And, sometimes, not sometimes, but all the time, it's not about your representative self. It's about the work and what you can do.
You don't want to show up looking, all cool with your gear, but your game is lame,
Yeah.
Now it's Barry L with it. Barry L with 14 points. Good game for him. He turned around, going into that second half. He had less than, I think he had 5 points, so turnaround.
Yeah, he definitely did turn around.
No, he had 6.
Because like I said before, you can't have one player just carrying the offensive load. Like, in the first half, Vasquez, I believe had 11 points. So he, definitely, still playing well this second half. But number 2, Derek Burrell, has been chipping in next to him with the offensive load, and that's why they're leading the game 54-48.
Yeah, well, with the 6-point lead, you wanna be able to keep it, because that's at the least that's a 3-possession game.
Yes.
At least if they can get some threes in.
Yeah, definitely, and that was a careless pass.
Steal. That was Anderson with the steal.
Yeah, it was a careless pass right there. The defense was expecting that. Oh,
that could have NBA level. That's a flagrant.
Just a slap on the wrist. It's a flagrant 2. You get fined $25,000.
No, that's ridiculous. I think it's crazy how sensitive the foul calls are nowadays. Because, I know it seems like in every discussion, the youngest person here is always talking about back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's the truth. There was no such thing as, a foul giving you $25,000 out your pocket or $2,000 out your pocket. You played the game.
Yeah.
You didn't look at the ref complaining about the foul.
Yeah.
You took the foul and and played the game.
Well, everybody, and that was a bad defensive play by the Tigers.
Yes,
They let up another rebound, and now Burrell's gonna go to the free throw line. But to the point that you were saying, look, everybody's just sensitive, but. Even the players, being sensitive within their own selves.
Yes.
And there's a lot of factors that goes into that.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like the sensitivity not only goes from the ref, but also goes to the players as well.
Yeah.
Especially when, in a game you talk trash and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah.
And it's sometimes in some cases it can be personal, but that's just part of the game.
Yeah.
And another rebound.
Exactly. There it is. It goes in. Santos gets that to go.
Very careless by the Tigers. There's a 9-point lead, and it seems that the Knights, if they continue to maintain
Bridges
this,
and
nope,
travel.
and step it.
Yeah.
So
Maldonado's not fond of that cause.
No,
I
not
saw
at
him
all.
spark up and
Not at all. And right now the Purple Knights have a 9-point lead, and if they could continue along at this pace, they could walk out of this building with a W. That looked like that was an up and down, but
yeah.
he still had his toes on the ground.
I don't know.
Vasquez, no good. Rebound, no good. Who's gonna get that? And
Shot clock violation.
No, that's no. There could not be a shot clock violation. The ball hit the rim.
Oh, I didn't even.
I guess it. I don't know. I thought that ball hit the rim.
I don't think so.
Maybe it just hit the glass then. Well, either way, the Tigers have possession now, and Carey has it and gives it up to number 22. He gives it back to Carey. So right now it seems that, the Tigers are just kind of like wasting clock.
Yeah.
They're kind of wasting clock.
And that's the wrong thing you want to do in their position.
Yeah, and
jump ball. But you were saying?
Oh, I already made my point. That was it.
Oh. I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Oh, no worries, man. But however, the Tigers do have possession again. Harris got it. Harris and foul. See, Harris, his post game is pretty good, but he does do the same post move. He gets the ball in the block, takes a couple dribbles and then spins to the basket. And I'm surprised that the Knights haven't picked this up, because watch, he's gonna do it again. Up and down the move like Kevin McHale.
Oh, can't finish.
Can't finish right there. We got some great parents trying to be the coach. Harris is on the line, shooting for 2.
Shot 1 is down for good. That one goes in, and that's what you want. He can cut this to a 7-point lead, and he does.
The Purple Knights still have a 7-point lead, and let's see who's going to pick it up. Oh, almost a steal
nice
there.
Spin, but
there's a nice block.
Doesn't help, but there's Bridges. Bridges going to the other end, and beautiful find, but he can't finish.
Can't finish, and it was and what the argument is that when it went to the basket, a Purple Knights player hit the glass that caused the ball not go inside the basket, but that doesn't matter. Still didn't go in.
Hey, a close shot like that deserves to go in and needs to go in, especially when it's a close matchup like this.
And foul by number 22. And at the line, it will be number 4, Edward Anderson.
Yes. Anderson's got 6 points tonight for the Knights.
Yeah, actually, like earlier in the first quarter, Anderson hit like a couple early threes.
Yeah.
And kind of has been quiet for the for the rest of the game, but his early threes were one of the ways that kind of start the momentum for the Purple Knights, but then was later carried on by Vasquez and Burrell. But he knocked down those 2 free throws, and it's back to a 9-point lead. And the Purple Knights, they're gonna go to a full court press, even though they got a 9-point lead, which is the best way because you want to make sure that grows.
And Carey's shot is off by a mile.
Yeah, there's a poor shot right there.
Barriel with a little pull-up. Jay for 3, no good.
Rebound by Harris. Calvin's got to push it. Whoa. And that seemed like it was a travel.
That's travel right there.
So, obviously, the thing is like when you go into the basket, you can see when a player, defensive player sets up his feet for a charge. I think the best way to do is to do a Euro step or to kick it out.
Around them, yeah.
Because it's the anticipation that the player's going to be, committing a charging foul, so the offensive player always commits a travel because, again, they don't want to get a foul call.
One of my favorite players of all time, Dwayne Wade, he's the one who just made that familiar for me, that Euro step, to avoid it. He's the grandfather of the Euro step, at least of my era. I don't know.
I got to give that to Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, Manu Ginobili too. He's got a long one.
Yeah.
It goes not like that, but it goes to the right, to the left, and Manu Ginobili at his age is still knocking down buzzer beaters.
Yeah.
This year. He's got a couple.
Please don't remind me about that Celtics game.
Oh, that was a nice one.
That was good though. But shout out to Manu Ginobili and the Euro steps. And another foul, and number 4, Edward Anderson is back in the line. He's going to try to make this game to at least an 11-point game in favor for the Purple Knights. And 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter.
If Edward can knock these down, well, he knocks that one down. He's got 9. Well, he's got 9 points. What I was gonna say is if he can get these both down, because that was a 1-1. Now he gets to the other chance.
Yes.
He's going for 10 points now. He wants that. And he can, it looks like he practices free throws.
Yeah, definitely. He's definitely a shooter, and he converts both free throws. And now the Purple Knights have their largest lead in the game, 11 points, 61-50. And if the Tigers don't try to make something happen here, it seems like the game is going to be slipping out of their hands, which not too long ago it was a 1-point lead in their favor. But, in the game of basketball, it's a game of runs. So.
Well, you know what I've noticed? I've seen the same guys out there. There's a lot of guys on that bench who haven't really stepped in, and Harris looks tired. Carey looks tired. Bridges looks tired. So that could be a factor. I mean, I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, and that definitely, is the issue. I mean, the Tigers definitely looked tired, and there's a timeout by South Hadley. But like you're right, Ciro. The Tigers didn't really make a lot of substitutions, and they're already losing breath. You can see, Harris is pretty tired. Calvin is pretty tired, and they're even, Carey's pretty tired as well. And if your players, have no energy and no stamina, then it would be quite difficult to try to win a ball game. And then maybe if they do try to, do some substitution, as you can see, a player is yawning on the South Hadley bench, but. Even if they do try to substitute, probably, the players they have on their squad, aren't developed or quite ready yet to be playing in this stage yet. So maybe that's why, Coach Maldonado really didn't commit too many substitutions, but I see a lot of red faces though.
Yeah, well, I just brought that up because I've seen a lot of sloppy taking shots, and I've seen a lot of misses from them, and it seems like the same guys out there. Of course, it's almost the same instance for the Knights, but I see some of their good players on the bench and some of their newer guys in. So
definitely, and
there's Harris. I think if Harris could be a little more physical in the paint, and that's a shove on Diaz, but I didn't really see it too close. So
No. But yeah, like you were saying, if Harris being aggressive to the paint, I think that can, create is like some double team that can leave, a wide open player in the perimeter. But it seems that the Purple Knights have figured out the South Hadley Tigers game plan, and a steal right there. And seems that this game is bound to be in favor for the Purple Knights, but definitely the lead can change. But there's a substitution in the floor by the Tigers. All right, we get it. You get the horn.
All right. One more? No? Okay.
Play the horn. But number 4, Anderson, back to the free throw line. I don't know why they always keep on fouling Anderson. He's definitely probably by far the best free throw shooter.
And they'll be shooting again, and I'll be looking for, if he can just get this, it should prove them enough. This guy can shoot.
Yes.
His free throws.
And knocks down both free throws, and now it's a 15-point lead and foul on the play.
The last 6 points from Anderson have been off free throws.
Yeah.
That doesn't show anything.
But it definitely, helps though, because, free throw is still, a point, and anything that's possible to make a lead grow, it's workable. And Carey's in the free throw line, knocks down his first free throw.
One thing that I find just really cool and weird at the same time about the sport of basketball is you can go 0 for 0 at the field goal in total and have 10 points off of free throws.
Yeah. Only if you're a great free throw shooter. Obviously, someone like DeAndre got to use force to get them baskets. And Burrell hasn't.
I mean, it's not just the big men who are the bad free throw shooters. Rajon Rondo was a huge case. In general, Rajon Rondo, over the years, has proven to be not a great scorer, and that ball goes out of bounds.
Not a great scorer, but he recently made 25 assists.
Was it 25? Or is it 26? It was one of the two. But
either or is ridiculous.
Yeah, but it would have been crazy if he could have scored maybe 20 points. Because if he could have scored 20 points.
Yeah, he only had 2 points that game.
Yeah, he had 2 points. But if he could have scored a good amount at least, it'd be crazy to think about how many points responsible he'd be for.
Definitely. And under 2 minutes left to go in the game, and the Purple Knights have a 13-point lead. Not a great 3-point shot right there. Harris got it, put it back.
Throws it up, catches it, and then puts it up. A little attempt by him, and now 1:35 left to go in the game.
Yeah, it seems like this game is over. The Purple Knights probably just need like one more basket to kind of put the nail in the coffin, and then afterwards.
Well, this is where the Knights start playing like the Tigers.
Yes.
Slow. Dribble the ball slow. And it's Bridges who gets it to go.
And now it's a 9-point game. And less than a minute left to go in the game. The Knights have a 9-point game. All they need to do is just milk the clock. But Coach Maldonado is telling his players to get up on defense.
So, who are your predictions for the MVP of tonight's game?
That's a great question.
For each team, obviously.
Well, I would say for the Purple Knights, I would say probably Vasquez is going to probably get MVP. It's going to either be between him or Derek Burrell. But I feel like Vasquez was the most consistent throughout the game, while Derek kind of woke up only once it was the second half. So I feel like maybe Vasquez is going to probably win MVP for the Purple Knights. And then for the South Hadley Tigers, probably Calvin. I think Calvin's going to probably win.
I think for the Knights, it's this man right here. I think that Anderson has proven to be a key player.
From free throws?
From free throws.
But I don't think he's going to win MVP.
He's got 16 points in the game.
I don't think he's going to win MVP from free throws,
He's got 8 of the last 12 points for the Knights in this game. And look at the lead. What's the lead? Tell me what the lead is.
The lead is 35.1 seconds left to go.
How many points is the lead?
So
What's the deficit?
the deficit, I don't know. I told you earlier I'm not good at math, but Calvin's in the free throw line.
It is an.
But no, I mean.
11 point. Wait, listen. It's an 11-point lead, and he's responsible for 12 points. 12 of the last points.
That's because the Knights keep fouling him, and they're not paying attention.
You mean the Tigers?
I'm so tired right now. I don't know who's playing. The Patriots just shot their basketball. Look, my whole point is this.
All right.
Whoever wins MVP, congrats. I'm just saying, I just don't see someone winning MVP just from free throws.
No, but it's contribution. It's the contribution of the team. Did they win? Yes.
Nah.
Did he help? Absolutely.
Everyone.
But if it's not him, I will go with Vasquez.
Yeah.
Of course, I think it's going to be Bridges.
Amen.
He had a good game. Great defense from him and good effort in general.
Yeah, definitely a good effort. And, under 20 seconds left to go, Burrell's going to go to the basket. Up and under move, no good. And it goes out of bounds.
Well,
and
Tigers are going to have it with less than a shot clock remaining. So, now, something that I find very weird is now the Knights want to put in 6'9" center Aiden Kane. I think it would have been kind of fun to watch someone who's almost 7 feet tall play.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately,
that
probably
must show that he's not too high.
Yeah, maybe I knew a lot of tall people in my days in high school, and they, basketball weren't their thing. But it's all good though because the game is about to end. A second left to go. And that's the end of the ball game. The Purple Knights 67, South Hadley Tigers 57. So what an interesting game. What'd you say, Cyril?
Yeah, I'd say that this was a good game. There was a lot of lead changes in the first half, but once quarter 3 came to play, that's when it was pretty much established that this was the Knights game.
Yeah, definitely. And, the Knights just continued to capitalize, and they took this W. And so a great win here for the Purple Knights in the 2018 Spalding Hoophall Classic here in Springfield College, presented by Focus Springfield. I am Zul Manzi alongside with
Cyril Zanetti.
Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned here in Focus Springfield Community Television.
And we will be back with a great game between Central and Putnam.